Haile Selassie once said, "Throughout history, it has been the inaction of those who could have acted, the indifference of those who should have known better, the silence of the voice of justice when it mattered most, that has made it possible for evil to triumph." Ladies, I want you to excuse my honesty, but I believe that no one in this court has a greater responsibility than all of you. You have heard the government, and you have heard us present evidence. I would like to ensure that we reiterate two great truths about our American system of justice. The first being is that everyone is presumed innocent until proven guilty. It is not on the defendant to produce evidence or argue their own innocence. Yet, we as defense attorneys have sought to reveal the truth. The second, the burden of proving anything, rather, is purely on the shoulders of the prosecution. And that burden cannot merely be likely. It must be proven beyond a reasonable doubt that the state has both a heavy and strict burden. Meaning that if you do not believe that you have proof of such a convincing character that you would be willing to rely and act upon it without hesitation, that you must find my client, Thomas Wilcox, not guilty. Why? We hold our government to the highest standard of proof, which is beyond reasonable doubt, because we want to prevent abuses by those in power. Abuses such as those committed by Sergeant Fran Gruber upon Thomas Wilcox, who in his vengeance and his hatred caused him to cut corners in the findings of evidence, to weave a false narrative that does not and could not logically place Thomas Wilcox at the scene of the crime. His identification of the gun was based on Mr. Walker's experience in watching action movies. The description of the robber was so general that it even matches Pat Logan, who was driving that night, by his own statements, at the exact time the robbery occurred. You've been informed of all the elements. You have been informed of the law. You are fully aware and capable to make the right decision. You just need to ask yourself, as you deliberate, one question: whether the evidence presented today is of such convincing character that you'd be willing to rely on it without hesitation. If not, you must find my client, Thomas Wilcox, not guilty. Thank you.